And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hardlet, we have our Chinese Terran player, the reigning world champion, the Blue Terran, representing Dragon KaiZ Gaming. It is Oliveira. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have its opponent. We have the red Terran player from land of South Korea, representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And Cure's TvT has been becoming quite terrifying recently. Reason why, I would attribute, is during the WTL main event a month ago at this point, a couple of weeks ago, we actually got a couple of interviews. We got a couple of interviews regarding Team Liquid, as they had a very deep run in WTL, and they opened up a little bit about themselves, about their team, about how they prepare for matches. And they also did mention about how Cure, upon joining Team Liquid, it wasn't just that he had joined Team Liquid and now he's on their payroll and now he plays for them whenever he can. No, there's a little bit more to it, and he does do customs with his teammates, and he and Clem have been practicing together, and I do think that shows in their TvT. I know for a long time TvT, I still think TvT is one of the weaker, or the weakest matchup that Clem has, but it has been improving, and both Cure and Clem's TvT has been looking quite similar. They've both been, it feels like cooking together, and it smells good. It does smell good, but here we go. So yeah, it's really cool to see Clem gain a valuable practice partner in Cure. And we'll see how these two Terran players will differ. For the time being, mirrored builds. It's going to be a double gas opener out of Oliveira, double gas out of Cure, which means faster factories, delayed CCs, and Cure has been one to embrace the new Cyclone quite a lot. We saw Oliveira mix up his openers last broadcast. We saw him mix up his openers, mix up his builds. Was at times going economic, was at times going aggressive. And we have seen Oliveira go for this faster tank style. We'll see if he does so again as we get our CCs on the low ground for both players. Reapers, they do engage for a moment, but they back off. Reapers will retreat. Cyclones are going to be on the way. We're going to be on the way here. Getting to our starport production here. Again, the starport should be for a medevac drop. 2 Reapers, they make it across the map. And ooh, Cure, he does shoot first. Does get the first shot off, and he will delay the CC. Again, a bit of miscontrol there out of Oliveira. Just slight micro variations, and Cure, he barely comes out on top. And as a result, we'll have a faster CC, a better economy. His starport is slightly faster as well. Again, this should be for medevac production. And there it is, medevac is on the way for some Cyclone drops, as Oliveira is going to be slightly one step behind. Slightly. So yeah, we did have a bit of a pop-off there towards the early game, but now things are going to be settling down. We're going to be working towards our next step, which is going to be that drop play. There it is. There's the add-on swap. We have reactor and Cyclones in production from both Cure and Oliveira. Welcome to TvT. Cyclone edition, Bobby. Let's go. And the drops are moving out. We have a Cure moving on the right hand side. Oliveira, does he also move out as well towards the left? He should, but again, his medevac is slightly delayed as Cure is about to arrive, and Oliveira, he's staying back at home. He's ready to receive in the main, but the drop arrives here in the natural. Oh, Locals go off, Reaper goes down. Good juggling here from Cure, but it looks like Oliveira will shut this down, takes down the medevac, and will shut down the Cyclones as well. Good trade here from Oliveira. Trading out 1 Cyclone for 2 Cyclones and a medevac. Very nicely done. Good defense overall, and now it's going to be Oliveira's turn. It's going to be his turn to go for his own Cyclone drop. Getting across the map. Cure back at home should be expecting it. He did see the Cyclones, he saw the medevac. Doesn't have anything in the main. He does have his army here at the natural. 3rd TC in production from both players. This has become more trendy to throw down the 3rd TC as soon as your starport is done, or after the starport. before the rest of your production. CC's delayed. Getting to middle line. SCVs are going down. Oh my god. 4, 5, 6 SCVs. Very nice damage here from Oliveira. Good damages though. Cure trying to reciprocate that damage. Does get into the main base. It looks like he will delay his opponent's third CC for a moment. So it does get some damage done. Also confirms and scouts that there is a third CC in production, which Cure didn't know. Was not aware of. Was not aware of. As the game is going to be settling from here. As we take stock, Oliveira, again, he was able to take more of an economic lead. Is going to be working towards his third base, though, and that'll be, depending on when the third base gets taken, we'll see who's able to extend that lead even further. Cyclones have a mass, but interestingly enough, neither player moved out with their Cyclones. We're chilling back at home. On top of that, we saw, we have 8 Cyclones each, and we're just chilling back at home. Both players expecting the other to push in, but no such thing occurred. And now Oliveira is moving out to take his third. Meanwhile, Cure should soon be doing the same, as his third base was delayed a little bit further, so it's a little bit later. Oliveira going to be in a nice position, moves out with the rest of his army. Looking at the units tab here, we have an even Raven count. We have a slight Cyclone lead for Oliveira. Meanwhile, Cure may be down a Cyclone, but he's up a tank. He's got that one tank here at the natural. So far unsieged. Uh-oh. And here comes Oliveira. He's got the concave. Tank del siege. Big shot goes off here on those Cyclones. The auto touch were forced out. Oliveira does have to back up. Does retreat. Cure can expand. Yes, we do have disables available for Oliveira, but there are the counter Cyclones and Raven's position. Pushing in is not going to be easy. We're going for it. Oh my god. Water stars are thrown down. Ooh, high energy Raven goes down for Oliveira. And he will not break in. Sole defense here by Cure. Throws down the turrets, takes down the Ravens. Gets one, gets two, gets all three. 3 Ravens go down. And Cure completely dominates this fight. Again, a little bit blunder there by Oliveira. The auto turrets and the push was a little bit mistimed. And again, we were lacking auto turrets because of the dead Raven. And now suddenly everything swings in favor of Cure. Looking at his units here, even on tanks, has a Marine lead, Cyclone lead, just barely. He's moving out. And Oliveira, hold on. Can we survive? Secure retreating. He's going to be pulling back. Likewise, Oliveira is going for his own double drop. We do have our Sense that was being thrown down. Cure. Yeah, well, both players actually had a nice worker count. Nice. Oliveira's double drop was spotted. Cure had control of the Zonaga, and he may opt to commit. Going for his own double drop as well. There's potential for damage. Cure has a supply lead, but Oliveira, he can bounce back. Gets a couple of SCVs. Gets a couple of SCVs, does back off. Meanwhile, we have a drop in towards the main, but we are in position. Cure ready to shut this down. Sorry, Oliveira ready to shut this down. Cure, he does go in. Gets 2 SCVs, but the medevac's going to be focused down here. By Oliveira, gets 1 medevac. And he has a Viking, so he should get the other. Meanwhile, big caught off guard. Here he catches workers. 9 SCVs go down, gets on top of the CC as well. The Vikings going ham, and can he focus it down? He can. It's so close. That's going to be a kill on the 4th base. 400 minerals down the drain. Oliveira, he's being pulled apart. Unable to read the movement here of Cure. Caught out of position. And we can keep going. Takes a couple of tank shots to the face. Oliveira working on his own counterattack. Vikings are here. Oh, the medevac. Full medevac goes down. Good moves there from Cure. The boys are being pulled. SCVs are going down, but we will clean this up. And there's no escaping. At the same time, Cure, he collapses on the army, cleans up the Marines from behind. And Oliveira, he plummets in supply. He has a couple of tanks here back at home. Not much to support them. And Cure is pushing. He's moving out. Thanks to Siege. And tank shots are being soaked there by the Cyclone. We still on forward. We get on top of the tanks. And can we break Oliveira? It's so close. He's down to 3 tanks. Barely alive. It's going to be too much to handle. GG gets pulled. Oliveira losing too much steam there, and Cure takes game number 1. Ooh. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Quite a back and forth there between Oliveira and Cure. But I will say, basically, when Oliveira had when he committed to his push towards the natural, when he overcommitted, overextended at the 3rd specifically, it feels like that's when Oliveira really threw away any kind of lead that he had. And he did have an economic lead. He did have a faster 3rd base. But, yeah, he did lose quite a lot of supply in the attack at the 3rd of Cure. That's when Oliveira lost all of his Ravens. That's when he lost all of his Cyclones. That's when he lost a lot and all of his momentum. And Cure was in control from that moment forward. And with that, Cure takes game 1. And we'll see if Oliveira can fight back in game number 2. Can he fight back? Because we're going to be loading in to Solaris. Solaris. Nice, not nice. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our Chinese Terran player, our blue Terran, our reigning world champion representing CranKy Gaming. It is Oliveira. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran, the red Terran player representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. One more game and he will take the series. It is Cure. Oliveira, he needs to fight back here and now to force that ace match. And again, he had his moments. I mean, he had a better start. He had a stronger start against Cure. But again, maybe got a little bit too overconfident, did overextend definitely, and did lose that lead. We'll see if he can tighten things up here in game number 2. As we're getting into our openers, once again, both players opening up double gas. Double gas from Oliveira, double gas from Cure. Faster factories on the way. No one is rushing into their economy, at least not in this series. Not in this TvT. We go. $200 IQ metaphor. Oh, I don't know what I said. Don't remember what I remember what the nice was referring to. That was when both players had 69 workers. That was a good moment. Don't remember what else I said. Here we go. Again, this should be leading once again into Cyclone production, into a Cyclone drop, into Reactor, into reactor Cyclones. That should be the direction of our players. We'll see if either one does deviate and opt to go into Hellions instead, into like Reaper Hellion, into faster tank production. That is also on the table. It's also viable. It is viable here. As Kira gets across the map, he does have an SCV to tank a shot. Ooh, both players do. Worker goes down. CC is delayed. A good moment there for Kira. Both players lose workers, but the CC is later for Oliveira now as a result. Kira's his own underway. Own CC is well underway. Behind this, cyclone production has commenced. Reactor should be on the way. We got reactor for Oliveira. Reactor for Cure. Cure even trying to slip into the main. And we'll see what he gets his eyes on. Does confirm the production. Ooh, we'll pull back. Does confirm the add-ons as well. There are some weird builds where you can go into a faster tech lab. There's the add-on swap to get into the reactor cyclone production. Likewise, we should be seeing the same. We should be seeing the same here as well. Cyclones on the way. So a fun fact, for the time being, both players have gone for the same builds. Exact same builds, 2 games in a row. Likewise, Oliveira does confirm as well. Ooh, loses the Reaper for it. But he saw the 1-1-1. There is that add-on swap. Ooh, meanwhile, okay, Cure, he does go for an initial medevac, that is true. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know if you saw for a moment he started a Liberator, but he goes for the add-on swap. Should be Raven production from Cure. And the drop, it is coming. Likewise, Oliveira also moving out. It's going to be slightly later. This time Oliveira doesn't have his Cyclones to defend. Oh. Doesn't have his Cyclones in position. The Cyclones in the natural. Curie gets into the main. And SCVs, they're gonna go down. Cyclones, they annihilate workers. Already 3, 4, 5 SCVs go down in a matter of seconds. Reapers into the natural as well. Oliveira being pulled apart. Cyclone does arrive. A bit of his control out of Cure. Did miss the juggling there. Meanwhile, across the map, Oliveira also getting damage done. That was match and trade there. Oliveira losing 7 SCVs, Cure losing 5 across the map. Both players survive with 1 medevac and 1 cyclone, but Curie comes back in. He wants that worker. He wants it. He's gonna get it. Ooh. Getting 2 more, soon to be 3 more SCVs, 4 more SCVs even. Fight. As Curie finally gets shut down. Even losing the medevac. But looking at the trades here, what did we get? We got 11 SCVs. 11 SCVs, 1 cyclone for a medevac drop. Not a bad trade here for Cure. He does take a pretty substantial worker lead. He's ahead. Kills on the cyclone. Slows down the push. We can see Cure going for a 3rd TC. Meanwhile, Oliveira, where's his 3rd? Not in sight. He's pushing. We're committed. We're moving out. We're down in workers. SCV Scout does confirm the army. Cure getting in position. He does have Ravens. The tanks are good, but we do have Order Hearts available. Liberator has arrived. Ravens coming in from behind. Order Hearts are thrown down. Boys are being pulled as well. And Cure, he collapses on this army. Takes down 1 tank. Takes down the 2nd as well. And just like that, Cure, he just swallows it up. Barely loses any SCVs. Only 4. I'm a little bit shocked. Only 4 SCVs go down. Cure does defend, and back at home, Oliveira. Now he's getting to his own Raven production, his own tank production as well. Or the rest of his tank production. And Cure is doubling down on Cyclones. So we can see Oliveira just committing to earlier tanks instead, but did throw away 2 tanks. That tank lead isn't as large as it should be. That's the power of this build that Oliveira is going for. The faster tech level in the factory means that you can hit a really strong, like, 5 tank push. But Oliveira, he just threw away his first 2 tanks. As a result, this push is going to be so delayed for Oliveira, and Cure, he's free to expand. Free to expand to take his 3rd CC. Oliveira scans, sees how late the 3rd is from... Sorry, Cure scans, sees how late the 3rd is from Oliveira. See, still being morphed into an orbital. Army moves out. Without Raven... Oh, never mind. I was going to say without Ravens, we can't really break the natural, but with Ravens, suddenly this army is that much more terrifying. Cure, he can go for just a mass disable on the tanks and break the natural base. And there's not much that Oliveira can do to stop it. Now though, Cure chilling at the 3rd. Oliveira going for some Raven harass. Uh-oh. I'm getting deja vu. These Ravens are going to be spending their energy to harass across the map, which means that may be a trigger for Cure to push in. Ravens are revealed. And the order that's going to be dealt with. Cure does come across the army. Nice tank volley on that Cyclone. Scan reveals 3 tanks. We can disable every one of them. But after losing a Cyclone, Cure, yeah, he's not going to commit. Oh! Oh, as Cure, he catches one of the Ravens. Really nice catch there by Cure, and he's not slowing down. Oliveira, meanwhile, finishing up his upgrades. As Stim, Combat Shields, 1-1, all finishing up. Stim still a couple of seconds away. It is 10 seconds off. As again, Oliveira, he's got his 5 tanks. He's got a good bio army. Is pushing. Cure sees, rotates over. Cure has the advantage in his Ravens. Has more spells available, more abilities. He's just trying to find another way in. Uh-oh. Trying to find another way in. There is a spotter turret here from Cure. Oliveira retreating, getting into 2-2, building up his economy. Cure is still ahead in that worker count. Ahead in the SCVs. Getting his 4th on location. Again, Cure does have map control. Scans ahead of time. We're going to be pushing in. Oh my god, the mass disable every single tank. Auto shots are thrown down. We stim on forward. We're on a timer. The tanks are about to come out of the disable. Reinforcements are coming in, and we are barely breaking through. Oh my god. We stim on forward. We break the army. We get on top of the tanks. GG gets called, and Cure will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. An insane fight there from Cure. And again, Oliveira, he took the risk. He took the risk of harassing with his Ravens, spending energy elsewhere, right? Meanwhile, Cure's Ravens, the reason why he could disable everything and throw down Autotars as well, he was preserving preserving all that energy and topping up those Ravens until that moment, until that fight. Up until then, he hadn't spent any energy on those Ravens. So he was just, again, storing it up for that final moment. Oliveira was again focusing on harassing. He lost the Raven as he was retreating back home as well. We saw how impactful Ravens can be, especially in a TvT. Sure, Oliveira, he had the tank lead. He did. He had a much higher tank count. He was like up 2-3 tanks compared to his opponent. But tanks, they don't matter. Or Ravens, they don't care about your tanks. Don't even care, mate. Aye, aye, aye. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Cure for taking the series 2-0. My condolences to Oliveira. Did stumble a little bit in this TvT. Took down Bunny earlier, but here against Cure did struggle a little bit more. But we spoke about Cure, about how his TvT has been looking terrifying and it has been improving quite a lot. I'm sure thanks to Clem as well. I mean, I'm sure Cure has a lot of practice partners, but yeah, it has been really cool to see both Cure and Clem grow together in their TvT matchup. And with that, speaking of Clem, here he is. Up next, we have another TvT in this group. As a reminder, it is a round-robin group stage, so everyone plays against everyone. Just had Oliveira versus Cure. Now we have Clem versus Bunny in another TvT. Have more Terran versus Terran ahead of us. Before we can sink our teeth into this TvT, though, we will have a short break. We're going to be getting a short break here. We are halfway through the broadcast. We only have 4 best of 3s today. We had 5 yesterday. It was 9 in total, so we had 5 yesterday, 4 today. So we're going to be going on a short break. When we return, Clem versus Bunny coming at you next. See you soon. Take this moment to hydrate your Hydra, stretch your roaches, massage your Marines, and we will be back in a couple of minutes with our next match. See you soon.